Hey, what's up guys? This is me, Nisi of Spoil Me Nisi, back with another video. So this video will be my reaction to Married at First Sight Season 12, Episode 9, which just premiered this evening on Lifetime. If you haven't had the chance to watch this episode yet, just keep in mind that this video is going to be full of spoilers, so let's get into it. This was a really good episode. You can see that things are starting to get a lot more serious with the couples. They're talking about love, and trying to get a little bit deeper in their feelings. So things did get pretty heavy in this video, and my opinion from other videos has changed about a few of these couples. First comes first, I like to keep it positive from the beginning. I want to start with my favorite couple on the show, Virginia and Eric. I really like Virginia and Eric together. From this episode, you can kind of tell that Virginia is having some doubts about Eric because he hasn't loved anyone since his wife before they divorced. And, he did pretty much imply that the love that he had for his ex-wife, he had a lot of love for her. The love was really deep, and he did kind of imply that whoever he does get with, now Virginia would pretty much be in competition with the love that he had for his wife. I don't know if you took it that way, but I took it that way. And apparently Virginia did as well. She feels like there's a lot of pressure on her to outdo his ex-wife. And I agree with her. That's pretty much how he came off. But all in all, he did kind of bring things down a notch and let her know that, his feelings that he has for her are growing pretty rapidly. So he shouldn't really worry. She shouldn't really worry about that, but you can kind of tell that is something that's bothering her a little bit. But ultimately, I do like Virginia and Eric together a lot. They've had some struggles here and there, which was to be expected. And he did have some doubts as far as, wondering if she really understood what she walked into getting married, because she's kind of struggling with the maturity factor and acting like a wife, I guess. But they have a lot of chemistry, especially that scene where he was playing the little song for her on the guitar. Those two certainly have a lot of chemistry together, and I really love the fun side that he brings out of her. I know everybody talks about how she drinks a whole lot, and yeah, I'm not for that. I don't even drink alcohol myself, and I'm not for people overindulging in alcohol. But that's something that can easily be fixed. They're married now. She's had an influence on him to keep him young, keep him having fun, and he can have a positive influence on her as well to get her to stop drinking as much as she drinks. So I really like this couple, and I see them lasting and working it out. So now to the next couple, we have Vincent and Brianna. These two also remain one of my favorite couples as well. I think they're super cute. I love how Brianna is big on communication, and Brianna is very mature. I love how she's not afraid to admit when she's wrong, and she's not afraid to apologize. She always keeps the dialogue open, and I really love seeing that from her of previous episodes and this one. This episode, I was really impressed by him wanting her to learn Spanish. It might seem like a small gesture, but in my opinion, it's a pretty big one. When you have an interracial couple, of course, the different cultures do have to come together. Sometimes they clash, sometimes they don't. So him being Dominican, in my opinion, it was a big step, him letting her know, I want you to learn Spanish, because that's letting her know that he sees her in his life for the long haul, and he wants her to be able to be a part of every aspect of his life. And, to me, that was big. So I thought that was really cute that he's teaching her Spanish. He bought her the bike that she wanted, so you can kind of see, these two are going to make it, and I do like that they told each other that they love each other, and I don't feel they just said it for the cameras. I believe that it's really felt, because when you're watching them together, it's like you can feel the love between these two. It's like a match made in heaven. It's really nice. The only thing that gives me pause a little bit is Vincent's temperament. Now, I know that his family did warn Brianna about that in previous episodes, but it seems like every episode he gets like extremely angry about things that really aren't that deep. And I'm not saying that to gaslight his feelings, because I believe in respecting everyone's feelings. But he seemed like this episode, he got like really angry about, the salsa lessons. He explained that he's Dominican, he dances bachata, not salsa. But how is Brianna supposed to know that? They're both just kind of getting to know each other, and at least he could have, tried to put his best foot forward. He did say he was hot, he wasn't feeling confident. But I don't know. Vincent's like anger, it almost seems as though he has an anger issue. And I think that he'll keep it cool on the show. But my concern is what happens when the cameras go off. Is he going to turn into like a monster? Or is he going to become like an angry person or possessive? I don't know. But that part of his character does give me a little bit pause and makes me a little bit nervous. But all in all, I do like them and I really hope they make it. So next we have my third kind of favorite couple is Clara and Ryan. I think these two have a lot of chemistry together, but the biggest issue between them is they haven't consummated their marriage, and Clara wants it really bad. I think that Clara is extremely sexually frustrated. It's obvious in the show. She wants Ryan so bad, and it's like he's holding out. Kind of makes you wonder why. And I think that all the sexual tension that Clara is holding in right now is kind of causing her to be a little bit rude. And I'm not excusing her for the rudeness. I'm just saying, they are married. They are going down this line together, and not everyone can deal with not connecting with a person on that physical level. And I think that that's starting to affect her a little bit. I do like Ryan a lot. I do like how, he's taking his time, pretty much treating her like a lady, but it's kind of taking its toll on her, But one thing I didn't like is when they were at the donut shop, which was really cute. He tried to get a little deep with her, express like what drives him and stuff, and she just really was not impressed by it at all. She almost came off a little bit rude, and it seemed to kind of turn him off a little bit, So I don't know, that part of both of their characters together, he seems like a pretty deep person. He seems like very caring, like everything that he does, he puts his whole heart into. She seems a little bit sloppier, a little bit more carefree than he is. Now, while opposites do attract, I do feel like that could become a little bit annoying later on. But I am hoping that these two make it, because I do feel they're a really cute couple, so I am rooting for them all together. Next, we have Haley and Jacob. Not rooting for them. I think they're a very awkward couple. I think it's very, very obvious that Haley does not like him. I don't know if she has to just fake the funk because of whatever contract she signed for the show. But it seems like she doesn't like anything about him. She doesn't like his walk. She doesn't like the way he dresses. She doesn't like the way he eats. Like, she doesn't like anything about him. That certainly was not a good match. I think Haley and Jacob as a match were just as bad as Paige and Chris. But Haley just has more class than Chris does. But yeah, they're not a good couple whatsoever. Don't like watching them. I don't really see them lasting. If they do, I would be thoroughly surprised. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that couple whatsoever. I never really have much to say about Haley and Jacob because they're really awkward. I like Haley a lot. I don't like how it kind of seems like Jacob is kind of rushing her into having feelings. She's kind of taking her time with this, having a little bit trouble, but she is trying. Yeah, as far as those two, I am like pro Haley. I get her, but yeah, don't like them. And then finally, my take on Paige and Chris is trash. I'm really over Paige and Chris. He's playing a lot of games with her, and she's just letting him. It's just like last episode, I was like, clapping it up for her, really happy that Paige is speaking up for herself, not taking any crap from him. And then this episode, she's right back to square one, just like taking in his lies. I'm just like, done with it all. And then this episode, they meet with each other, and he tells her that he wants to start over. And it's just like, she accepted, no questions asked. How does that make sense, Paige? That's just like, out of all the stuff that he put her through, I get that she should forgive him. Yes, I get how she feels as far as that goes. I'm a Christian just like she is. And one big thing when it comes to being a person that's a Christian, follower in Christ, you have to learn to forgive. I get her forgiving him, but just because you forgive someone doesn't mean you gotta take them back. Doesn't mean that you have to voluntarily take their crap and be somebody's doormat. That doesn't make you any more of a good person to put up with that. So seeing Paige allow herself to put up with that, it's just like, it almost makes you look at her just as bad as him. It's like, you're both annoying at this point. The both of them are annoying. And I don't know. I just, seeing that the coming attractions is going to have both of them on it is really disheartening, because I think I can speak for a lot of people, and that we're all just kind of, it's not entertaining. You're just kind of tired of Chris and Paige. They're annoying. But on a more positive note, I am rooting for all of the girls' relationship with each other. It does seem like, whereas Paige didn't find love from Chris, she did find a nice, group friendship with Clara, Haley, Brianna, and Virginia. All of these women seem like after the show was over, they'll be really good friends. They'll be like sisters. And in my opinion, that's a win too, I always say men come and go, but it's really hard to find good friends. And it seems like, these girls can certainly be really good friends with each other. So yeah, that's my take on this episode of Married at First Sight. I do look forward to the next episode. It looks like they get a little bit more physical, a little bit more hot and heavy in that episode. So I'm looking forward to that for Clara's sake, not too much Haley's sake, because Haley and Jacob did get hot and heavy, and she changed ever since then, but that's a whole other story. So yeah, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when I drop more videos. I do drop a few videos every single week, so I would love to keep you entertained, so make sure you do that. And if you have any comments, let me know down below. Yeah, I'll see you next week, God willing. And in the meantime, peace, and like Shonuff said it, sayonara.